How is it going, everyone? We're going to give people a couple of minutes to join in. I changed the time from last week where it was 8 p.m. to now 7 p.m., so we'll give everyone a couple minutes. Good. It's cold here. It's freezing out. So this will probably be the last live stream in the garage. Yeah, I know. Dude, it is freezing. We got snow yesterday. It's crazy. What kind of trailers did you get fishing week? Yeah, it's freezing. It's so cold. It's got to be about 30 degrees here. Hey, Lady Bass, how's it going? Hey, Chris. Dang. Yeah, I mean, it was blowing like 35 today, so. Dude, it was 70 degrees on Friday. It snowed yesterday, and then it's about 30 degrees today. How's it going, everyone? Like I just mentioned before you guys probably got in, this will probably be the last live stream in the garage because it is cold. It is really cold here. So, has anyone else got hit with snow yet? Up here in Michigan, we got a little bit yesterday. Not a ton. Dang. Yeah, Chris, I saw that. You guys crushed it, didn't you? How many did you catch? I'm jealous of people in Oregon right now. It's, you guys watched the U of M game yesterday. They were doing snow angels after the game, so that's how much snow we got. Yeah, I'm done with the snow. I was joking around with a couple of my buddies. I want to move to California or Florida or Texas because it's not been too bad. You know, move down there during the winter and then come back up here during the summer when the fishing's good. Yeah, are you guys excited for the U of M Ohio State game next year or next week? Yeah, dude, Chris, I couldn't get out yesterday. It was so cold. I was also walking in that Santa parade. So, how's it going, Alex? Yes, I have heard of Adrian. They have the fishing club now, or the fishing team. Okay, we can start talking about questions if you'd like. I know I put out a video, I think last Monday, about sponsors. And I know there was some interest to talk about how to get sponsors, some ways to approach sponsors, and so on and so forth. So we can talk about that, or we can just talk about whatever. You guys just let me know. Alex, I'll send the link right now. I get a lot of tackle online, Tackle Warehouse, but I also go to Frank's. They have some good stuff. The problem is selection, right? I like to try baits or use baits that aren't easy to get a lot of times, so I get a lot of them off of Tackle Warehouse, especially with the $50 free shipping. So sweet, Lady Bass. Once you get your webcam fixed, you can hop on my live stream or something. It'd be cool to have you on here. Walmart has some good stuff, especially for some of the bigger brands. Yeah, I know. So, Lady Bass, get this. I sent some baits. I ordered baits for this guy in Canada and sent them over to him because I guess it would have charged him like $45 for shipping from Tackle Warehouse, which is ridiculous. Purple Morning Dog. I don't know. I think the biggest thing about purple is that it kind of, I don't know what it is about purple, but it works. Do you guys buy a lot of tackle online or a lot of it like in the store? I'm by the thumb, so like over here.
Hi.
So Alex Rudd is gonna. Hey, there he is. Hey, buddy, hold on. Let me get a pair of headphones.
Okay.
Otherwise, I won't be able to hear you. I'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. I guess I'll have to sit here and entertain you until Ben gets back. Can you guys hear me? Yes, no? Put a yes over there if you can. Okay, good. I was just making sure. It just got like really quiet on my end, so I thought maybe nobody could hear me or something was wrong with my headphones. What's up, everybody? Just got off the lake. I got skunked. It's rough right here around here right now. It's not rained. We're surrounded by wildfires. They're jerking the water down. It is rough. It is rough living in East Tennessee and being a fisherman right now for sure. In fact, I used to deer hunt a lot more than I do now. Pioneer Outdoors. I probably next year I think I'm going to try to hunt a little bit more. But a few years ago killed a really big one, and then just kind of took last year off to just kind of take some time and focus on my YouTube channel and fish and all that. But I might try to film and hunt a little bit next year if you guys would enjoy that. Ben, how you doing, bud?
Good, man. It's cold here.
Yeah, I know it is. I saw it on the news. It was snowing up there on y'all a little bit.
Yeah.
They said that they're already trying to like classify it as a snowstorm or whatever. I think they're going to try to give this one a name already, or you know how they do.
Yeah, it'll be like Polar Vortex #4 or something.
Yeah. I think they should name it Ben.
Winter storm would be a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is news for everyone that's on the live stream. I might be taking a trip down to Texas this spring. Work wants me to go down, so I might just try to pair it up over a weekend, or I can go meet up with someone down there. So that'd be pretty sick, especially in like January.
That'll be fun. Because they start spawning so early down there, man. You can almost probably get the spawn at that point.
That's my thought too.
The lakes haven't started to freeze yet, have they?
No.
No, it's cold.
Probably like 39, 40 degrees. Yeah.
See, we went today, and we went to the first lake where we frog fish. Well, we thought that the water temperature would still be up, even though this front moved through. Well, they started dumping out of the other lake that connects to the lake where we frog fish, and the water was like in the mid-50s. So we pulled out and was going to go to Loudon, which is the headwaters of the Tennessee River. We get there, and I'm not kidding you, the water is so far. I've never seen it this far down before. There was stuff out of the water that I didn't even know could come out of the water. So we couldn't even get the boat in the water. So we went back to Mountain Hill and put in and tried to fish.
What do those fish do when it gets that cold? I mean, especially that quick.
What'd you say? You kind of broke up.
What do those fish do, especially when it gets cold that quick?
Well, a lot of the times they'll just pull out of the grass is what happens, and they won't be in the grass, and so they move off. But they'll go get like today they were on bluffs, like bluffy kind of stuff, and you would be just fishing along, and you'd fish and fish and fish and fish, and you'd hit like a step, and you'd catch one. Dad caught 3, and our buddy that went with us, Jeff, caught 5, but that was it. I mean, that was all it bit today. I had one. It was hilarious. I was throwing a mag draft, just kind of looking for a big bite, just because there was a guy I know that fishes around here was catching them on the big swim bait. And so I was just kind of just messing around with it, just practicing skipping the big one and all that kind of stuff. And I threw it up next to a tree, reeled one time, and one smoked it and missed it. So I told the guy, my buddy Jeff, I said, throw in there. He threw in there, cranked one time, and a smallmouth destroyed it. Dude, I'm not kidding you. That smallmouth wasn't even as big as that mag draft.
That's that
Hey,
goes to show how much those small baits are going to be.
got that. Little Beast Coast action there.
Heck yeah.
Let's see what we got. I might be able to show you guys some stuff that I'm not exactly supposed to show you, but I'll show it off anyway. You guys might get to be the first people to see a brand new unreleased product. Oh, yeah, it's not even in packages. Woo! Oh, this is sexy. Oh, that is what I am talking about. So check this out. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of it just before anybody else gets to see it. If you guys want to. I mean, you know, leave a comment over there if you guys want to see an unreleased product. Because, you know, if not, I just won't show it. You know, there's no big deal.
For those of you guys that don't know, Alex is paired up with Beast Coast Tackle, so they make jigs, and it's all tungsten stuff, right, Alex?
What'd you say?
Beast Coast is all tungsten stuff, and they came out with a new Miyagi swimmer.
Yeah. They actually just changed the name from Beast Coast Tungsten Originals to Beast Coast Tungsten and Tackle. So we're going to start branching away from just tungsten stuff. But all the jigs are 97% tungsten. This, what I'm holding in my hand, is actually a tungsten compound. It's not. It's pure tungsten, but it's the way they've made it. It's a tungsten compound, so it's actually a little bit harder. But we've started making swim baits and all kinds of stuff. So, but here you guys go. Just a quick look. That is the new Dream Balance swim jig, and it is definitely going to be a game changer. Big old 5/0 Mustad flipping hook in there. Pair that up with a new Miyagi swimmer, and it is going to be lights out. So you guys saw it here first. Get ready. It's coming out here probably I think he said end of this month, into next month maybe. But it's going to be a game changer for sure.
That is pretty sweet.
That is just beyond sexy. I am like really impressed with this.
So one thing that I noticed about this, that I don't know if you guys saw, but it has that drop head. So what that'll do, and Alex, I'm sure you can talk about it, but it'll keep that swim bait up, right?
That's exactly what it'll do. Because a lot of the times with belly weighted swim baits, or swim baits that are supposed to be fished on a belly weight, they'll want to roll over on you if you fish them on a traditional head. So with that design, it's actually fished like this, but it drops down like that. It kills the bait out, so you can fish a really big hollow belly swim bait on here and have a really big profile, and it doesn't want to roll over on you like on a traditional swim jig. And it also helps to deflect off stuff. So if you're fishing around some really heavy cover, you're going to be able to deflect off things and fish a lot more efficiently. But I'm really excited to throw these. They look good. The only thing about these that are different than the rest of the Beast Coast stuff is that they're not hand tied with wire, and we don't get the crystal flash in them. And the only reason we did that is because of the head design. It's really hard to hand tie stuff like this. But it's a living rubber skirt, so it's gonna do what you want it to in the water and look really realistic.
Well, and especially with a moving bait like that, right? You don't necessarily need it super hand tied. I mean, a lot of times.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not going to need the super durability. I mean, and with something like this too, these were actually, the heads were designed before the jig, So, you know, we were just going to make just a head, and then he decided to make a jig, a swim jig as well. So we're going to actually have the heads separate too eventually.
That was sweet.
Fishing with Vinny. Talk about nickels. Yeah, we'll talk about nickels. I hate to. I don't want to like turn this into like the, you know, all the people who I work with show, but I'll just say this: a Nichols pulsator is the best spinnerbait ever made, hands down. And I mean, everybody has their opinion, and you know, if you have an opinion that there's a better spinnerbait, then that's your opinion. But I have caught a lot of really, really good fish on a pulsator, and Nichols is handmade in the USA and super durable, strong stuff. So, you know, that's why I work with them. I threw Nichols and bought Nichols long before I ever worked with Nichols, and it was kind of a dream to get to work with Nichols and to get to meet up with Brooks and be a part of that team. So I'm really proud of that one.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's like one of those like, old school, like good old boy companies.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a good company to work with, man.
yeah, they're great people, really good people. I that one, when I got that one, I was really just kind of jacked up and excited. I really couldn't believe that one was working out.
That's pretty sweet. Okay, a good place to buy lures near Midland. I buy them at Frank's. It's a half-hour away, but it's as close as I think you can get to finding a good place. Okay, we'll start taking some questions. We'll see what you guys want to hear us talk about. Whether it's, like I mentioned, we had a sponsor video, or I had a sponsor video out last week. I had a big swim bait video out last week. I had a couple other videos. So if there's anything you guys want to see us talk about, just let us know. Leave us a question, and we'll start talking about it. What do you guys think? Now, a lot of you guys are, I'm sure, on YouTube and looking at other videos and so on. What do you guys think about Casey Neistat being done vlogging? What do you think that'll do for the vlogging guys? Or do you think it'll change anything on YouTube? Just kind of looking for any opinion, really.
I think it'll change the dynamic in YouTube and the fact that they're going to copy whatever Casey's doing.
Yeah.
So whatever Casey starts to do is kind of what everybody else, I think, will move to. I don't think vloggers are going to quit vlogging, because I think Casey doesn't have to make money anymore. He's made his piece.
Yeah.
So, you know, he doesn't have to make that much money anymore. So I think, you know, the people who are relying on it as a consistent source of income are going to keep doing what they're doing. I don't think it's going to change dramatically. He's a movie maker, man. He is all about like the art and I mean, like, you know, that's what he does. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
I like your point where you talk about them following what he does next, because I think that's going to be a big change in YouTube. People just do what he does.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, the best bait for fall largemouth. Either a jigger or crankbait is probably one of my favorite baits. I like to throw a shallow running crankbait like Crush 75 flat or any sort of square bill, or then I'll flip jigs shallow too. That's a great way to get bit in the fall.
Mm-hmm. Yep, small crank. That's what we were throwing today. It's kind of just a good way to cover a lot of water and get a bite. But the jigs, man, I don't know what the deal's been around here. We usually catch them on a jig. I've caught 2 fish on a jig all year, and I just keep throwing it and keep throwing it. I don't know what the deal is. It's weird.
See, I didn't throw a jig a ton this year, but again, I spent a lot of time.
Somebody asked who Casey is. Casey, the guy's name's Casey Neistat. I think is how you say his last name. Yeah. But he's just a YouTube blogger. He's like the biggest YouTube blogger, or one of the biggest ones. He's got like 5 million subscribers. You know, it's just like he's the dude who originated vlogging. So that's who that is. We kind of all watch his videos because he makes really good stuff. I mean, he's very artistic. I mean, he kind of originated the drone footage and like a John B video is, I mean, there wouldn't be a John B video unless there was a Casey video. I mean, he's like the originator of it.
Yeah, I got a comment today on my big swimming video, and someone said, let me read you the comment word for word so I don't misquote. Hold on. He said, and I guess this is a testament to John B. Awful JoJo Bars music. Grow up. And I didn't say anything back to it. Just kind of a smile.
Yeah. Who knows?
No, John puts out some awesome content. This stuff
Oh
is
yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
be seasons.
John's got a talent. That dude, he can do things with a camera that I didn't even know you could do with a camera. He's got a talent for sure. Yeah, jig fishing. I don't know. It may be in the El Nino and the La Nina and the moon and just I don't know. This whole year has been weird. I mean, it was 70 degrees until 2 days ago. I mean, it's just. I mean, and obviously that probably has an effect on the crawdads. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's been really, really weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been weird up here too. I mean, I didn't throw a jig as much this year, but I mean, it was tough to get a bite on the jig. The Senko fishing, I probably threw a Senko about 4 times this year. So I don't fish a Senko a lot. I have a really hard time slowing down that much. So
I'm too much of a power fisherman. I'll throw a Senko, but I ain't gonna go. I ain't gonna go beat around with a Senko. I'd rather be throwing. I mean, if they ain't gonna bite something moving, I'm done. Yes, the Foo Fighters do rock. You like my poster? Yeah, there it is. Favorite band.
I was joking around with Alex the other day about moving to Florida or Texas or California or something. At least during the winter, because it's cold here.
Yeah, I moved to Alabama. I ain't going to California. I'll visit California. I ain't moving to California.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, dude, I don't know what it was about jig fishing this year. I don't know if it was because I didn't throw a lot or what the deal was.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the two that I caught were dragging a jig in like 20 foot of water. And I mean, they weren't big ones. They were just average, an average 1.5 pound, 2 pound fish.
But I caught a lot of fish with it. Like not with a jig, but like I could flip a Texas rig creature bait and catch them. But if I were to flip a jig, I wouldn't get them.
Exactly. Mine was the same way. Ours was a Zoom Super Hog Super Hog. That's all they bought. That's it. I could flip every creature bait in the boat, and I mean, you put on a Super Hog and they bite it. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah, Joe has Chippewa lures, and he would smoke the dang Senko. So.
Oh, Cinco there. What state has the biggest bass? California, mate. I mean, California or Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, either Texas or California.
Yeah. Probably California just for consistent big fish. So.
Okay, on a ledge. What bait would you fish on a ledge? Are you talking a bluff ledge, like up next to a bluff wall, or are you talking a ledge out in the middle of the lake? I guess it doesn't really matter that much.
10 to 46 feet. That's a big range, my friend. That is a big range. 10 to 15, a crankbait. 15 to 20, a crankbait. Past 20, like 20 to 30. I mean, if you can, big 10XD, if you want to try to hit that deep, long line it, or a jig, or something like that. I don't really fish anything above like. I think the deepest we fished this year was like 25 feet. And, after that, it just gets too hard. You start to have to fizz fish and all that, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah. I don't fish that deep, so I don't really have a comment there. So.
Yeah. Is there even like ledges, or is it just offshore structure for you? Like shell beds and stuff?
We have like dammed off rivers, so you'll have like a decent ledge in the river channel. But, I mean, some guys smoke them out of there, but a lot of guys catch them shallow.
Yeah. What's your thought on Livingston lures, Ben?
Never throw them.
I got a few.
The EBS, electronic bait fish sound or whatever. I've never. It's cool. It reminds me of Hydro Wave. I think it's like an added thing that might help it work, but I don't think it will like draw fish from a mile away.
I had a fish hit a Livingston topwater sitting still. And I don't know if it was because of the EBS technology or not, but it hit a Livingston. I threw it in there and was waiting for Dad to fish his out because I didn't want to walk them right beside each other, and one smoked it just sitting still. So, I don't know. Maybe. I think it's just like anything else. I think it has its place. I mean, it's just another tool for the toolbox.
Yeah.
Yes, Lady Bass, that's a good idea. Heavier shaky head. That is a good idea. Like a 1/2 ounce shaky head or 3/4 ounce shaky head if you can find them. Oh yeah.
A drop shot would be cool.
Yeah,
You can drop shot a lot, offshore structure in like 25 to 30 foot sometimes. That's a good way to catch them too.
I need to throw a drop shot more. I just don't. I just try to avoid throwing them. I don't know why.
I love it, man. My favorite style of crankbait. And we'll pair this up with lady bass, specs on the deep cranking rods. I have a lot of 6 cents crankbaits. The 300 DD is probably one of my favorite. It goes down to about 17 foot. You can throw a 500 DD, but then you get into like a 10XD size. So either 300 DD or throw like a a Strike King 6XD.
I love a 10XD. I love a 10XD, and I love a Duo Realis, the G87. I just like a 10XD because it's really, really versatile. I mean, it's made to go 25 feet, but you can hold your rod tip up and fish it in 20 or even 15 if you're really careful. But I just like a 10XD.
That's good. I mean, you don't have to make it dive 30 foot if you want to.
Well,
You can change the line size too. Specs on my deep cranking rod. I guess it's not really like a great deep cranking rod. I have a 7/8 that I built. It's a 7/8 extra heavy, moderate action, which is like for those big 10XDs, 6XDs. But beyond that, I use a 7/3 3/4 heavy from Big Bear rods, and it's a moderate action. I just need something with a moderate action to get that hook and keep those fish pinned.
I have a 8-foot heavy Bass Pro Shops micro glass cranking stick.
What are your thoughts on the glass?
It's the only way to. No, it's super light. And in my opinion, you need a glass or a glass composite mix rod for fishing crankbaits, because they gotta load it, especially deep cranking, because a lot of times they'll hit it and they'll smash it against the bottom is what they'll do, and you want that glass so that you can bury those hooks into them and not rip them out. Because if you're fishing like a heavy rod with a you can't just like pick up a 711 heavy. You have to have that glass because it's got all that parabolic bend. Because if it doesn't, you'll rip the hooks out.
Yeah. Alex, you've got a fangirl on you.
Oh my God. I think I know her. She's a crazy one. She shows up at my house all the time. She like just shows up and stands outside. I don't know. She holds a jukebox or a boombox over her head.
I'm pretty sure she was holding a frogfish up one time for you.
Yeah, I think she did. I think she followed me to the lake one time and caught a frogfish, if I'm not mistaken.
Favorite topwater bait?
Oh, go ahead, bud. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Favorite topwater bait? This year it was a Whopper Flopper 90. You could throw like a walking bait, like a 6 cents Dogma. I like the smaller size, especially earlier in the season. But Whopper Flopper or a walking bait.
That freaking Whopper Plopper. I cannot catch a fish on a Whopper Plopper. I've had them roll on it. I've had them blow up on it. I've thrown it. I mean, and they just won't eat it. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm going to catch one on it eventually. I don't know when or how, but it's going to happen. But my favorite topwater is just either a spook or a Sammy or a mega bass, or I like throwing them all. I just throw one until they start biting, and then I just go with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch one on that Whopper Plopper though.
I've never thrown, or I haven't caught a fish on a 130. I throw the 90 size a lot, Danny. I just can't. I mean, it's just so big. It feels like it's not really, but it feels big.
I'm gonna get me one of them big ones.
The musky size.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm getting one of them big ones. I'm the big old ones like that. I'm telling you, that's what that old boy said he was catching them on that day. So I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna throw it and see what happens.
What depth should you throw for a spook for smallies? Where and what depth? I throw mine up by the bank. I like to throw it around docks. You get a lot of fish roaming around docks, feeding on bait fish. Anywhere in like 0 to 8 foot of water is where I'll throw mine. Or you can throw it around grass lines. I throw it in grass lines as well.
Yep, I agree with that. Rocks, I focus on big. I mean, you can. I throw a spook, especially like in the summertime, early in the mornings when they're eating topwater really good. I'll throw it anywhere that the bait fish are schooling up, which that could be a variety of stuff. But like this time of year, the fish get on like main lake, the big boulders and stuff. Those boulders, they're like, the boulders are huge. So, there may be a dip in a boulder that's 15 foot, but the next, 10 feet may be 8 or 9 foot or 4 foot. So, I fish, kind of focus on stuff like that. There's some big old rocks down here in some of these lakes. Big ones.
You fish like limestone, like drop-offs and like mountain stuff, don't you?
Yes, yes. I mean, that's exactly what it is. I mean, it's giant limestone rocks that when they flooded the valleys and things, when they made the lakes, it just exposed them.
Yeah. Okay, realistic fishing makes a good point. Why do so many young anglers and like anglers in general worry about these giant sponsors and so on to think that they're legit? That's a question. And I think people mistake sponsors and they see all these pros with all these sponsors and they think they need to have sponsors to be like the coolest or best fisherman out there. But a lot of times, if you're a great fisherman and you can go out and catch fish, you can go out and promote product and sell baits, that's what sponsors will come to you. It's not so much about sponsors making you the best. It's about sponsors helping you catch more fish and thereby you promoting the products.
Yeah. Sponsors are just a key to helping people fish, more. There's a lot of if it weren't for some of my sponsors, I wouldn't have a lot of the stuff that I do, and I'm thankful for that. It's all about just a sponsor doesn't make you legit, just at all. There's a lot of fishermen that'll beat your eyeballs out that ain't got a single sponsor. They're great fishermen. So yeah, somebody said that mornings and evenings or when the bigger fish hit topwater. Yeah, I agree with that. That would be a true statement. But this time of year though, they'll eat it. This time of year, like a few weeks ago. Not so much right now since it's cooled off as hard as it has, but I mean, they would eat it all day long because they're just schooling up after bait. So,
Exactly. And there are a lot of fish are pushed up shallow right now, and you can throw that bait all year long. Well, not anymore up here, but fish shallow all day and catch fish out.
Yeah. Yeah, sponsors do pay. Yeah. I think a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions and misunderstanding about the fishing industry. There's a lot of stuff that happens and goes on and is said and done that, it's not made for you guys to know about or see or have to worry about. So.
Yeah, you and I talked about this yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can catch fish.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, man. No, you're good.
I was going to go on a different subject. But...
No, yeah, go ahead.
Big Bass TV asks, can you catch fish on Great Lakes all year long? Yeah, you can. They won't always be smallmouth. When the ice comes out, that's when a lot of walleye and perch fishing go out there. But walleye fishing through the ice can be a lot of fun. You get like one of those ice finders and watch your jig go all the way to the bottom and catch walleye. So that's something I want to do this year. Sorry.
I learned this the other day. So, have you ever heard of an alewife? It's a kind of bait fish.
Yeah, I heard of them.
So if a female walleye eats one, she becomes sterile and can't have any babies. She can't have eggs. Yeah. Then we we pulled the boat out of the water the other day, and one of the TWA fisheries guys was standing on the bank, and he was doing like a creel report. So he came over and asked us, and we got to talking about that. But if a female walleye eats alewives, she will become sterile. So one of the lakes around me got alewives introduced into it, and they took off really, really good. Well, there are almost no natural walleye anymore. They're almost all stocked because the walleye love them. So the female walleye eat them and become sterile. I had no idea. I found that out the other day.
You know what's crazy about that is we had walleye in the Lake Huron for a long, long time, and the walleye fishing was decent, but not good. Or alewives. We had alewives in there, but the salmon fishery was great. Well, then the alewife population went down, the salmon population went down, and the walleye fishery took off. Really? So it's gotten like really good. So that's really interesting to know.
Yeah, that's what he was telling us. It kind of blew my mind. I had never even heard of that. I never knew that was a thing.
What's up, Bass Boys?
Yes, Bass Boys North. That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
Okay. One of the questions that we've gotten quite a bit. First of all, best largemouth and smallmouth. We talk about this a lot, but
What PBs?
yeah.
I don't know. Smallmouth is the 5 pound range, 5.5. Like I've said, I've not really ever weighed fish until this year. I've started weighing fish and keeping up with it a lot more. But smallmouth, 5.5 ish, largemouth, 7.5 ish. But like when I break, like when I go, okay, when I can grab a smallmouth and go, that's a 6 pound smallmouth, I'm gonna like weigh it and make sure. I can grab a largemouth and go, that's an 8 pound largemouth. I'm gonna weigh it for sure.
I gotta come down there and fish those big green fish. So
Yeah, dude.
oh,
I think you would really enjoy it down here. Like I think you would. It's kind of cool because we can kind of do a little bit of everything within, you know, I mean, 20 minutes during the summer, I can go frog fish or I can drive up to Cherokee and deep crank. I mean, it's just kind of, we got smallmouth and largemouth. Yeah, I love where I live, man. It's such a cool fisheries. All the fisheries around me are awesome. So
you don't freeze. Your
no,
waters
it does not freeze. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm most jealous of.
That
My
just
personal
blows my mind.
Largemouth is probably, I don't know. It was big. I didn't have a scale, but it was big. But smallmouth, 6 pounds, 9 ounces. So Mikey Balls does catch some giants. If you guys didn't see Mikey's last video, he caught a 12 and a half or something. He caught a giant fish.
Yeah, that dude's a stick.
Yeah, it's freezing in the garage. This will probably be the last live stream in the garage because it is cold.
I got my heater on. I got the toboggan on. I'm freezing. It's like 20 here, and I'm freezing to death.
Oh man, I wish it were gonna be nice here for the winter, but
yeah, Bass Boys, we do, man. We are blessed to live where we do. I mean, it's awesome to East Tennessee is just a great place, in my opinion. I mean, we may not have giants, but we have fun. So
I am planning to do some steelhead fishing this winter, Alex, which is like, can someone explain to me what a steelhead actually is? I know, is it a type of trout? Like, what is a steelhead? But essentially, it's like a trout in the rivers, and you throw little baits for them, but supposedly they're awesome. I've only caught one steelhead in my entire life. It was on a bass fishing setup, and it pulled so hard, dude. It was insane.
I'd like to catch one. I'd like to catch anything. I mean, I have a bucket list of fish that I would like to catch. Number 1 is probably a tarpon, 2 a snook, number 3 a peacock bass, and then the list is goes on.
What was your first one? A tarpon?
A tarpon, yeah. I want to catch a big tarpon.
In like super shallow water and see him come after my bait.
Yes, I do. Yes, I would. That would die. I saw one at the beach this year. It rolled up in a lagoon. It was like a 5.5 foot tarpon. I freaked out, like because I'd never even seen one, like in person. Like so, just see it there. I was done.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Somebody
have you ever fly fished?
I have not. I've never done that. There's a guy that goes to school with me that's really into it, and he wants me to go with him, and I might have to take him up on it before it gets too cold outside. The problem is my foot right now. I can't do much with my gimp leg.
I know. Yeah, so thank you for everyone who explained what a steelhead is. For those who don't know, it's a saltwater hardened trout that supposedly is called a steelhead. So thank you, everyone. I want to go to Okeechobee. Okeechobee would be sick.
I want to go to the Kissimmee chain before I go to Okeechobee. I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, it all runs together. But I would like to go do the Kissimmee and all that before I went to Okeechobee.
I just want to go to Florida and fish, dude. I want to flip big mats with a big rod. Try to get some big fish. Sorry, you were going to answer the question from someone, and I cut you off.
Yeah, I know. I read one. Somebody said best bait for clear water. Well, who knows? Today we're fishing gin clear water, and I fished gin clear water with a fire engine red crankbait. So I can't say much on that end of the I'm not kidding you guys. Went to Norris Lake, I think it was like last month whenever the pros were here. And I was throwing a fire engine red Berkeley digger. And it was like bright red on the back with like a chartreuse, like methylate orange belly. And it was like 15 to 20 foot visibility, and they were eating it. So I don't think there is any best bait for clear water. It's just going out there and seeing what the fish want.
Agreed.
Yeah.
One bait.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Nope, that's all.
You can't. There's a delay. Like there's just enough delay that when you start talking, it's like it hits me. But somebody said the St. Johns River. Yes, St. Johns River looks freaking sweet. The manatees and all that is just so cool to me.
That'd be sweet. What editing software do you use? I use Adobe Premiere.
I use Final Cut Pro. Yeah, I probably need to switch to Adobe, but I don't really want to pay the monthly thing for it, so I just stick with Final Cut.
And that's why I do Adobe, because my brother is, I shouldn't say this online, but that's why I use Adobe. So
there you go. I use Final Cut because I got it for free. So, you know. Somebody said, let's see here. Is John B as good as everyone makes him out to seem? I don't know. I've never fished with John B. Seems like a decent angler.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's a good dude.
I think everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. I don't think that any of the Guggen Squad guys fish the way that me and Ben fish.
No, let me put some clarity to that statement, because I think a lot of those dudes, they're all good anglers, but it's just their focus is on like putting out cool content and cool challenges for you guys, and like going out and doing cool things to get you guys to watch videos. And a lot of times that's their main focus. And fishing is kind of just a passion of theirs, right? And they kind of try and share some of that information with you guys.
Yeah. When I hit the water, I'm not worried about. I mean, like, it's fun to do stupid stuff sometimes, but when I hit the water, it's, you know, I only have like Saturday and Sunday most of the times to fish. So I'm just trying to get out there and catch fish and, you know, make some videos for you guys and try to keep you informed.
Do you have any good luck charms or superstitions? Good luck
charms. Sure. I don't know. My hat. I'm a hat guy. I believe I have a superstition about my hats. I love my hats.
Yeah, I have that fish hat. I have a cool story coming out this week, but I'll talk about the fish hat. But,
oh yeah, the one with the fish coming out of it?
Yeah.
That one's a lucky hat for sure.
Yeah.
Next time I'm meeting up with somebody, Walker Wilson is coming to be with me December 18th through the 21st, and we're going to be fishing. So be looking out for that. That'll be some good stuff.
That'll be sick, man. I have a lot of superstitions. I played lacrosse too. I carried a lot of superstitions over in lacrosse, and it's one of those things where you kind of don't think about them unless you put that question or ask that question a lot. So I'm sure I do. I just don't know.
Rituals. Yeah, I kind of have a system. I don't know if it's a ritual, but it's a system on how, you know, I mean, I get up, I get my GoPro case, I put my GoPros in it, I hook the boat up a certain way. Like, I hook the boat up a certain way and unhook it a certain way every single time to make sure I get everything. Do you do that, Ben? Like, the way you hook your boat up to your truck?
Oh, yeah, because if I don't, I'll do something stupid. It'll be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, back in, lower the boat down, hook both the cables, then plug the boat into the truck, and then hook the little grounding cable, and then, I mean, like, it's this, you know, boom, boom, boom every time. So,
you know what's funny about that statement is when you told me that you hook the cables up and then plug it in, my initial reaction was like this panic. And I'm like, no, it's not the right way to do it.
We're going to plug it in and then hook the cable.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I guess I do have a system.
Yeah. Danny said, I feel like you guys strive for fishing hard and filming second. They strive for filming first and fishing second. Sort of, not really. I mean, I worry about all my GoPros being on. Like, you know, that's one of my rituals is I get in the boat and I turn my GoPro on and have my GoPro ready to go. And I mean, I really focus on filming, but I also focus on, like, my week doesn't consist of sitting around thinking of, you know, can I catch fish on gummy worms? Mine sits around watching the lake levels and figuring out how, like, I'm actually going to catch quality fish.
Well, and that's a good point too. Is like we don't have as much time to do the edits as they do. So what you see is, I mean, they do have a GoPro mounted on their chest, and all they're doing is kind of talking. And I fish with John and Alex, right? So what they do is they have the GoPro on their chest, and they'll talk, and they'll say something they want to record and put in the video, and then they'll hit the stop button, and then they'll restart it, and then they'll, you know, go back fishing until the next time they catch fish, or they say something and have to stop it again. So
Yeah.
I think something, we don't necessarily like fish differently than they do or approach it differently, but we don't have the time during the week where we can go out and fish 3 or 4 times a week and then come back and spend 5 or 6 hours on a video edit to make it a job be edited, or whatever you want to call it. But one day we'll get there. I think fishing YouTube is going to change in a little while. We're going to see more people coming to YouTube to learn about tips and techniques. And right now, even if you look at like Tactical Bassing, who probably has one of the best actual like tips, techniques channels out there, they're only at like 30,000.
Yeah.
So I think you'll start to see it change. Hopefully, maybe see it change. I don't know.
For sure. Yeah, it's different. It's way different. They're operating at a level money wise that neither me nor Ben are operating at, if that makes sense. So I don't know. Bananas in the boat? No, that is a no. Let me tell you a story. So last week we go fishing. We ain't catching fish. We ain't catching dilly squat. Buddy of ours has a banana in his bag. He whips this banana out. Well, I eat the banana and throw the peel in the water. We go catch fish. That's all I'm saying. It's real. Keep the bananas out of my boat. I don't want anything to do with that.
So we were having a really tough day on the water, and we pulled out lunch, and my buddy Ness pulls out this container, and I'm not kidding, dude. It was like a container full of sliced up bananas with strawberries in it. So it was like 2 strawberries and just this Tupperware container full of bananas. I'm like, dude, you either eat all those bananas or they're going out of the boat.
Yeah.
So he ate all
You're
the
going out of the boat with them.
Yeah, he ate all the bananas and we started catching them.
What is the best camera for fishing and making videos to start out is a GoPro. Absolutely. I did all my first videos with a GoPro. I've filmed all my fishing videos with a GoPro. GoPro is the way to go.
Or use your phone. A lot of us have like better quality cameras on our phone than a GoPro even. So
Yeah,
put your phone up, mount it up, and just talk to your phone.
Yep, absolutely.
I used a shoulder cam. I saw Mikey Balls use one. I thought it was a little bit different perspective. You get a better look at what I'm actually looking at instead of my hands or whatever. So I played around with it a little bit. Put on a chest cam a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out which one I like better.
I wish the head cam was a better option, because I really like that angle, because it kind of keeps you from, because a lot of times I'll set the hook into the camera, you know what I mean? Or you'll miss something because my arms are up in the camera when I got the chest mount on. And so, I wish the head thing, I just don't like wearing that thing on my head. You know what I mean? I feel like it's going to fall off or something.
Yeah, dude. And like when you set the hook, your arm is now right in front of the camera. You can see zero
right here.
except for your arm.
I do, because I kind of angle it down so I can get everything, but I'll set the hook right into it just like that and just smack it right up into my chest. It's like looking at my beard.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why go ahead. The shoulder mount is better.
A little bit. But your shoulders turn. You set the hook, your shoulders turn. So then you're pointing into nothingness again.
The rod mount, I have it, and I've messed with it a little bit. It's just so heavy. Like, it's really hard. Like, unless you're like fishing something that's like you're just reeling it, it's really heavy on the rod.
Yeah, like you can't cast with a rod mount. I mean, it's super heavy, especially going to shoot back up and show your face.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Jerkbait. You don't fish a jerkbait a lot, do you, Ben?
Not a ton. No.
I love fishing a jerkbait. Love it. We catch a lot of big smallmouth fish in a jerkbait, especially as it starts to get cold outside. But
I don't.
I'm 7-foot medium bulldog with a Daiwa Fuego and 10-pound P-line. That's what my jerkbait setup is.
And I throw a
But yeah,
6.6. I throw a
6.6.
6.6 halo rod with 10-pound fluoro and then a 6.4-to-1 reel.
Good stuff. External GoPro mic. I don't use an external GoPro mic. I use the skeleton mount for mine.
And John B, Lunkers, none of it, well, AP, those guys don't run an external mic either, just inside.
My DSLR is a, here, I got it sitting right here. I'll show you guys. It's a Video Rode Micro, and I love it. It has, in my opinion, because I've heard the big $200 one. This one literally has better sound quality than that one does. But here it is. It's just a little one. That's the dead cat, but that's all the mic is. And I'm telling you, it has better sound quality than the big one.
And you don't have to worry about batteries, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's powered off the camera, but it doesn't like drain my camera. You know what I mean? Like it's so small that it's like, you know, it doesn't make any difference at all.
But the cool thing is you don't have to forget about turning it on or whatever, so you can't record over footage without it on or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You just plug it in and let it go. And if it's like the other day, it was kind of not plugged in, and I thought, oh, I have like totally screwed this up. If it's not fully connected, you're still getting sound through your DSLR camera. So you don't have to worry about any kind of in between.
That's pretty sweet. Go-to lipless crankbait. Striking red eye shad's hard to beat.
Yeah. I got a whole box full of rattle traps and red eye shads.
Yeah.
I threw that Bagley around a little bit that we got in the Lucky Tackle box this month. It actually sounds really good.
Hey, look who made a presence here.
Hey, there's AP.
What's going on, AP? If you want to join in, Alex, send me a text. I'll shoot you a link. I don't know what you're doing right now, but it's up to you.
Yeah, one knocker is a good idea. I threw the red eye shad one knocker was something that kind of like it kind of just it's a little, you know, different variant. You know what I mean?
I have the stutter step, dude. That thing's kind of big. I mean, I looked at it at iCast, but when I bought it, I didn't realize it was as big as it is.
Oh, the stutter step.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. We were supposed to get one. I thought, and we never got it. I don't know what happened with that.
Okay, that's a good question, realistic. So here's one thing about the Googans, and I mean, Alex might be able to chime in. I don't know if he's even still watching, but they can go out and catch fish a lot. I mean, what you see on those guys is them catching a lot of fish, right, for the most part. So when people go out and aren't able to get on fish, it's a little bit, can be discouraging, but I don't know how you make a good YouTube fishing video without showing you catch fish. I mean, you just have to emphasize the point or whatever, that it's about the fishing and not catching.
Yep. Well, I think the main difference too is when you're like me. This is a great example. I got skunked today. It's to no fault of, I think, my own. I mean, the weather's been nuts. The water's been nuts. It's everything kind of is not exactly adequate right now for catching bass. You know what I mean? Huge temperature drops and all that kind of stuff. But they have access and are able to fish places like Gary Yamamoto's ranch or that other private lake that they fish. And, you know, so that they can consistently catch quality fish or have a place that they can go consistently catch quality fish. And so, you know, that's the main difference. And I think it's just like watching Bill dance or any pro or whatever it is. You know what I mean? A lot of fishing shows, you think it's all filmed in the same day when in truth it's not. It's fished over, you know, filmed over 5 days. Or like the Zona show. They went to some place in Louisiana. It's it's a stocked lake, you know, it's a private lake. and they just slam them. And he said he said it's the last show of the season. We've come to this place because we're just going to have fun. He said this isn't a place where we spend 5 days because it takes us 5 days to film a 30-minute show. This is a place where you just can go catch fish.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think they would say the same thing. I mean, they're very blessed to be able to fish where they fish. See, my lakes, I mean, all my fish, they're wild. I mean, these are I got to go find these fish, figure out what these fish want to eat, and catch them. I don't got them isolated to a small area.
I can't necessarily say the same. I mean, they're all they're all wild fish, but I don't know if they've ever seen bait before.
Yeah, your fish, dude, that place up there is just insane. Isn't it like some crazy statistic that says, like, most of those fish have never even seen a human being before, or even seen the problem
is you get a ton of walleye guys up here, and so those smallmouth, especially where I'm fishing, are stupid for the most part. So you just throw bait in there, and a lot of times.
So let's see.
What was the water temp where you fished today?
It's 55 to 58. It was cold, man. Like, what was crazy is it was 65 last week, and I was catching them on a frog. You know that video I posted, right, where I almost knocked myself in the nads with the frog? All that grass is gone. All that grass is dead and gone. Like, it's totally just disappeared. Like, that's how drastic of a change there was that quick.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta send something. Okay. You can answer more questions.
Best reel brand, I don't know. I fish a lot of different reel brands. I've got Luz and Daiwa and everything like that. Go-to bait for heavily pressured lakes, a shaky head with a trick worm. What's the best bait to use in a lake right now? Depending on the water temperature. If it's like I was fishing today, a small crank, jerk bait, kind of just got to let the fish tell you what they want. Some people say drop shot, which, drop shot's probably a good idea. I would look at the more comments, but my computer's like froze up.
Sorry, I hope I didn't do anything.
No, you didn't. It was my computer became unresponsive. I don't know why. Guys,
Yeah,
I can't see the live feed right now, so.
Okay. Just 1 second. Okay. Top 5 fall baits for Michigan. Jig. Swim bait, drop shot. Crankbait, shallow diver, and a tube. I think Alex is totally frozen.
Tube? No. Can you hear me?
Nope, you're good. I can hear you.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, I don't know what happened. It kind of freaked out on me. Why do more people fish creature baits now opposed to worms as in the past? I think it's just because it's another option. I mean, whereas we didn't have creature baits, now we do. It's just something else you can use.
Yeah. So, like, I was fishing. There are times I'll fish a worm versus a creature bait. I'm fishing deep. I'm fishing, for those big fish offshore, I'll throw a worm versus, 6-inch creature bait. But you got to think, too, there's more appendages on a creature bait. So it's a little bit bigger profile going in and out of cover. We'll have to catch, some of those fish. And it looks more like a crawfish or like a bluegill flailing down.
Mm-hmm.
So that, to me, is the biggest difference.
Thoughts on tournament fishing? I think if you enjoy tournament fishing, then do it. I just don't enjoy it. I like making videos and just kind of doing my thing better. I would rather catch one big one or a bunch of tiny ones. I'd like to catch one big one probably.
Yo!
Oh my God!
What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Where are you at right now? In Alabama?
No, I just got back from North Carolina. I'm actually in Chicago.
How was it?
It was fun. We only got to fish one day because of the water's like super low down there. Like the lake, they had to cancel the tournament that we were supposed to fish, but it was fun. We caught some fish.
What lake did you guys fish, or what area did you guys fish?
Lake Wiley. It's like below Lake Norman. What
We're
up?
having the same problem there that we're having here, man. It's just dry. It's not rained at all, and the lakes are stupid down.
Yeah, I guess they drew the lake down a bunch for like this, what was that, hurricane, and then the hurricane missed them, so then the lakes were down like super low and they got like no rain.
Yeah.
So what you guys up to? I saw a good question about something about the Guggen squad, and I was going to take a pound at it.
Yeah. So the question was basically, how do these younger kids, how do these younger generations get into fishing and not be discouraged when they don't go out and catch it?
And I don't know. I never, like when I started off, I used to like never catch fish dead last in every tournament I fished. And then, I don't know, I think it was like the chance of catching fish that kept me coming back. So I don't know. I hope they don't just get discouraged. I hope my message is not discouraging them. That's all I can hope for, I guess.
Right. I mean, I don't know if there is a good way to really encourage people to fish and realize that it's more about fishing than it is going out catching.
Yeah.
You have to understand that videos are edited too, right?
Oh yeah. I guess when Mrs. Yamamoto was telling me that some of the kids that come down there, because that place is actually public. People don't know that it's actually public. And she said that since we edit our videos, they think that, oh, we catch fish on every single cast, and some of the people get discouraged. But in all realistic, that place has been really good to us since the spring. So people don't realize that we don't always catch fish. We just edit it. We don't edit a lot of the boring stuff in there. But today I went out and didn't catch a fish, so that should be good.
You and me both. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
mine was way worse. I'll just tell you a quick story real quick. I got this like little mini rod. I went to the where was I going? This pond today, and I took like 8 casts, and I got the biggest backlash of my life. And I stood there for like 20 minutes trying to pick the thing out. Didn't have a scissors, couldn't get it out, and then I had to drive 30 minutes back home. So that was my story today.
How small was that rod, John?
What did he post a picture, or what was it?
I don't know if he posted a picture. I didn't see the video. I don't know what it was. He was holding up
Oh,
world's slowest bass rod.
Oh, yeah. That was, so this guy down there, he developed this rod that, fits in a golf bag, and it's, 46 inches long, but it's, an actual bait caster. The guides are all Fuji, and, it's, nice. And we were going to, I tried to fish with it today, but I just screwed all the line up on the reel, so, but I might fish with it tomorrow. Yeah, it's pretty cool, especially for me, because I travel a lot, so.
Yeah,
A lot of,
on the Guggen squad thing again, Peric just said something that is like the golden. I think this is the one thing you can take away from this is the place hasn't been good to you since the spring. I mean, time of year, water temperature, the way the fish act, all have a lot to do with fish biting and all that. If you're new to fishing, don't get discouraged because you're not going out there and slamming 25-pound bags. That's not how it works. You're going to have better times of the year. I mean, I do really well in the spring and in the fall and the winter. Summer, I grind. It's tough around here.
Yeah, I agree with that. Summer can be tough. Summer up north is really fun, but summer in the south is not fun, as I've come to learn.
Yeah.
When?
Go ahead.
Where's your next trip going to be, Alex? Do you want to give everyone kind of an idea?
Let me see. I don't know. I don't really know. I plan on going back to school next Monday, a week from today. I might go up to Wisconsin for a couple days coming up here. And then I'm either going to go to Florida or go down to see my buddy at Auburn and do some fishing at those lakes. So I'm not really sure. I don't really have a trip for sure yet, but there's going to be something. I'm going to go out on a limb here soon.
Here's what you guys got to understand about Alex. He texted me 5 days before he was going to come up here. He's like, hey, I'm thinking about coming to Michigan. And then
everything. I book a week every time. I book at least 5 days before, maybe a day before. I'm not really good at booking all that stuff. I think this is a good question. What is the best time of day to fish? It really depends what time of year.
Mm-hmm.
In the summer, really early, right before dusk. But then right now in the fall and into the winter, sometimes noon or when it's the hottest out. That's when I seem to have the best luck. My opinion.
Yeah, the few bass that were caught today, were caught by my dad, and the guy we were fishing with was dead like in the middle of the day. Hottest part of not the hottest because it never got warm, but when the sun was highest in the sky.
Yeah, this time of year too. I mean, late fall, early winter. That really is probably the best time to fish.
Yeah, and it's about to get weird too right now because it for us anyway. We went from there's no drastic kind of it's like oh it kind of changes. No, it's like it goes from 85 degrees to 20 in a day, and it's like okay, winter's here, high, and then you got to give the bass 2 weeks to get used to it, and then you can start catching them again.
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, I know. When I left for North Carolina, it was 70, and now I got back and it was. I tried my thing when I went fishing. Said 31 degrees today. It was like, oh god, so cold.
What was your most memorable moment fishing this year? Maybe you can start.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna pass that on because I'm gonna have to think here. Let's see.
Mine was smashing 2 8-inch mag draft fish within about 10 casts of each other. I caught a 6 and then a 5 literally with in 10 casts on the same bank, and I mean, I was that day I was shaking all over by the end of that.
That is pretty sick, dude. I want to catch another big mag draft. I only have a 6-inch, but those fish got it easily.
Yeah, that big swim bait's fun.
My best moment was probably catching a 29 and a quarter pound bag with my buddy Mitch. It was stupid. I mean, there was a point in the middle of the day. We only caught probably 8 or 9 fish, but there was a point where he looked at me and he goes, "Dude, is it weird that none of these fish are average size?" He goes, "None of these fish are normal size fish. They're all 4.5, 5 pound fish." So that was one of the most unreal days.
Crazy, man.
I'm going to go with this year I actually caught my biggest largemouth and my biggest smallmouth. So I'll go with the day with Ben. That was one of them. And then I'll go with the day at Yamamoto's when I caught that almost 8-pounder. Those are probably my 2 best days. And the day that I almost got that close to 8-pounder, me and John caught 28 pounds of largemouth there. So that was pretty fun too.
That's awesome. Dude, okay, AP, I got to say, and I sent this to Ben this morning and asked him. I was watching that video, the one that was posted on the Instagram of you throwing that rod.
Oh yeah, Mike.
I still don't know how that rod moved the way it did. It hit the deck of the boat and then teleported up back to where you were at. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. That whole incident is people ask me about that all the time, and it was.
I've never seen anything like that. I don't I watched that rod. I watched that video and still could not figure out how that rod moved like that. That was just that was.
I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know. But
yeah,
people were saying, you guys know who Brett Myers is at all?
Yeah.
He was at the North Carolina event, and he was like, "Yeah, you remind me of a lot like Ike and Ellie. Just everything about you just reminds me of Ike and Ellie." And he watched that clip, and I was like, "Yeah, yep. You defined gravity or defeated gravity." Yeah, I did.
Yeah. The laws of physics went out the door on that one.
Alex, did you think your YouTube career was over when that happened?
Yeah, I did. I said that. Me and John and I gave a presentation at this event that we went to, and I said that I thought it was over when he posted that video. But I actually gained 2,500 subs that day or something ridiculous. So it worked out. It worked out. How are you doing, man? You're growing pretty good, right? Oh, almost 3,000. There you go.
Yeah, we're getting up there. So it's pretty cool.
How about you, Alex? Where are you at?
2,600, I think. I just passed over 2,600.
I passed you.
Yeah, Ben passed me. That little you and then John and Lunkers went up there and he passed me up. Man, I told him too. I told him you left. I said you're gonna pass me before the end of the week, and he said no. I said no. Yeah, you will. You'll pass me for the end of the week, and he sure enough did.
Yeah, you can't let that happen. You're gonna have to make a bounce back or something.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna have to come out there once it gets good.
Yeah, man, you need to. You need to come out here in the spring. We'll slam up a couple big ones. Walker's coming up here in December, so that'll probably help a little bit.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, he'll be here second week of December. So.
How's he been? I haven't talked to him in a while.
Oh, he's good. He's good. He's just getting ready to go to Arkansas. He decided he's going to Arkansas for school.
Oh, good. You should just tell him to just drop out. My advice
Yeah.
just right now. Just don't go. It's a waste. Tell him he's gonna get way too distracted his freshman year. He's just gonna be like, he's not gonna know what to do with himself. He's gonna be turned every corner. There's gonna be a hot babe just walking by, and he's just gonna. That boat's gonna be put in the garage. His fishing rods are gonna be hung up, and then he'll have a pit of, or what is that? Where you like wake up? What is that?
Epitome?
Yeah, something like that. I don't even know what I'm saying, but
Epiphany?
yeah, there you go. He's gonna have one of those.
I understand why you don't want to finish school now, but it's all right. It's all good.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just kidding. He'll have fun there. That'll be a good school.
Yeah, that'll be good for him. I don't know if I could go straight to university. I'm doing like the community college thing into the university right now, but I'm not even going. I'm going to Tennessee Tech, but I'm not even going to the like actual campus. The teachers are coming to Knoxville, so I don't even know if I could do that. I would like not want to go live somewhere like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird for me. I mean, I just was a northern boy and then moved to the south. Like, it was definitely a big change. It was a big change.
Dude, you moved to like straight to the middle of like you moved to the south.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I was like,
no
I was 18 years old. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now, but it was fun. I'm glad I did it. I think it all just everything kind of works out. Everything just shapes where you make it in life, I guess.
For sure.
Let's see. We have more questions. I gotta hop off here soon. I just got done, got back, and I've got to edit this video. But I thought I'd hop on for a little bit. Yeah, one more. You guys can let me know what we want to answer. I'm not liking any of those questions. We need some more questions.
Yeah, hook us up with a good question.
Give us
something about YouTube and. I got a question for you.
There you go. Let's hear it.
This is just for me. What do you think is going to happen? And I'm asked this question earlier. What do you think is going to happen with the like Casey done vlogging or whatever? Do you think it's going to change the dynamics of YouTube? And
yeah, I watched that on the water. I was so confused about that. I like opened it up and watched the whole video. I don't know. These guys might not watch him, but he's like my favorite YouTuber of all time. And I think. Whoa, what the heck just happened? I don't think it's going to change at all. I think there's going to be somebody else that moves in.
Yeah, there's a lot of vloggers already, though, and there's some that are bigger than he is. Like,
I don't think it's going to change that much.
I think, like I said before, I think he's like an artist. Like he's like, he's like a movie maker, and like so he'll figure out some kind of like artsy stuff to do. He'll keep making videos. I don't think it's going to last long.
He didn't say he was going to stop. He was just going to make more, like, I don't know if you guys have watched any of his old stuff. Like, I enjoy that stuff a lot, like bike lanes, make it count, stuff like that. And I thought those were good videos too, but I don't know. It's going to be weird because he built his channel on vlogs. Like, people, and when people, like, say that, they comment, like, when I don't post a fishing video, I post a vlog, I've gained all my subscribers since I started vlogging. So that's why I don't understand how people say, like, this used to be a fishing channel when I've been vlogging since I had like 15,000 subscribers or something, and I don't know. So I think that some people are going to be mad that he goes back to his original videos, but we'll see. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that he's doing it now when he gets almost 2 million views a video now that he posts.
Do you think vlogging helps you grow more than fishing videos? If you're just to do fishing videos.
The reason why is because the fishing industry the fishing crowd is small. You reach your vlogging audience is so much bigger. Like you post like even the videos. Here's an example with my ex-girlfriend. They have nothing to do with fishing, and I do them because they do good on my channel and I grow. But people think that's cooler than fishing. And I mean, if it's gonna allow me to travel and fish places and vlog, then I'm gonna vlog because it's for my business. If you're gonna not do something because I don't know. When it comes to vlogging, I think I do it because it helps me grow my business, and I do this for a living, so that's why I do it.
And it really is. I mean, it is a business.
Yeah.
Like you and I talk a decent amount. It is a business. So
yeah. It's crazy that I could call something that I love a job. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we got on that topic, but I don't really know what's gonna happen with Casey. I'm in shock still. I might go watch that video again after this.
Oh, cool,
Yeah,
man.
I got into his videos because of y'all talking about him. Like I was like, who is Casey? Like everybody said Casey. I was like, who is this guy? And like I got into it and watched all his vlogs. And like I'm now like I was depressed when I found out he wasn't gonna do it anymore. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know. He changed. I think he changed YouTube. I mean, he inspired John to become better at editing. He inspired me to become better at editing. It's just there's always something better, and there's always something more you can achieve with YouTube, which I love. And that's why I don't know. I don't think he was fully done. I think there was more he could have done with his daily vlogs, but he wants to spend more time editing. He wants to spend more time doing creative stuff, which I respect. It's his calling. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Was that the final question, or do we want to take one more?
You can take one more. What's your favorite fall baits?
Favorite fall baits. I'm gonna just say my one favorite fall bait. I'm gonna let you guys see what you guys say too. I'm gonna say a jerk bait. If I had one lure in the fall, I would definitely have a jerk bait.
Alex, what are your thoughts?
Early fall, I like a spinnerbait. Late fall into winter, I like a Alabama rig. Call it a new bait if you want to. I love an Alabama rig.
I caught him on that, and that one lake I fished in Texas. I caught 2 on it at once. I swear I had 3 on it at once, but it came off when I was reeling it in.
Dude, I've seen people catch 3 or 4 or 5. If you got a 5 wire, you can have 5 hooks. I've seen people catch 5 at a time. It's crazy.
God, if you could capture that on video, you're just viral. You just might as well just throw the towel and just start waving the white flag around.
I need to see if I can find some spots schooled up this year and like throw that Alabama rig at them until it happens, because those spots, man.
Yeah. Going into a school of stripers, see what happens.
Yeah. Dude, no, I'm good, because striper here get 35, 40 pounds.
Ben,
I caught one striper.
Ben, did you see Chris's striper?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, did you see that? You're talking about 30, 40-pound striper. That thing was huge.
Yeah, dude, that's how big they get around here. I mean, like, crazy. I caught one deep cranking that size this year. I saw it on the graph, and I said, that's a striper right there. And my dumbass I threw my 10XD out there and cranked it down there, and it dropped off the ledge, and sure enough, that big old striper smoked it. He was like 40 pounds. And I had to fight him on 10-pound line, walked him around the boat like 6 times, and finally got him up there. Yeah, dude, ours get huge. They're just, them things are no joke.
I caught a muskie this year too on a crankbait. That was stupid.
Really, that's something I want to do.
That was unreal, but it was intentional. I fought that thing for probably 5 to 10 minutes. So
those muskie are fun, dude. I'd never messed with one until last year, and that one come up beside the boat, and I just ran my hand up in its gills. I didn't know it had gill rakers. Dude, it came away looking like I'd gotten a fight with a knife.
Oh, God.
I was cut up. I mean, it was horrible.
Crazy.
Well, cool.
All right, I think I'm going to jump off here and get to doing some editing. It was fun, guys.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one, guys.
See you, bud.
Okay, we'll go for 5 more minutes because it's almost been an hour and 20 minutes. So.
God, has it already?
I know. Dude, it flew this week. Okay, we missed a couple of good questions. Are you going to be at the Classic, Alex? I probably will be.
I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens with all that. Depending on what LTB does. If they're paying for a hotel room, I might. But otherwise, I don't really got the money to spend on hotel and getting down there and all that right now.
Yeah. I'll probably go down. If LTB doesn't do anything, I'll go down with Frank's. And I can fly right into Houston, so.
Yeah, we'll have to see though. I think Derek wants to go down there, and I'm sure Nichols will be down there. And if it's one of those things that I can, get a little bit of help from everybody, I might be able to make it down that way. So.
Dream fishing location.
Northburg, California, to catch 10-pound spots.
Yeah.
I saw that. I gotta go do that. Somebody said good striper baits. I don't know, to tell you the truth, because the few that I've caught have been on bass baits, and they just happen to hit them. So realistic. Yeah, go ahead and answer the question.
Casey Neistat, he's one of the biggest YouTube bloggers out there. I'll send a link to the video where he talks about how to make a viral video.
His viral video is skiing behind cop cars, isn't it, in New York City when they had a blizzard or something? Oh, he's got a bunch. He's got a bunch of viral ones, but that one's got some ridiculous amount of views.
Yeah.
That is a great question. He says, what's your angling goal? Mine right now is to be a better swim bait and spy bait fisherman. I think those are two things that, especially around here, that I can catch a lot of good fish on, and I want to get a lot better at those two things. But overall, I mean, I just want to get better at everything. But those two things are definitely one that I want to do better at.
I would love to become a better swim bait fisherman. And then I would be like giant swim baits, but like swim baits in general. I think it's a cool way to catch fish, and it's something that not a ton of people do.
Yeah. I tell you, the thing about swim bait fishing is, like, this year, I caught those two big ones on that 8-inch because the shad were spawning, and you know what I mean? It was just the right time to do it. Otherwise, man, you're gonna make a lot of casts and go a lot of days without catching them, and all of a sudden, you're gonna hit the right day and you're gonna catch huge ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying small fish can't be caught. It's just big baits like that scare small fish. I mean, you'll scare small fish off, whereas the big ones will come after it.
Right. But I don't know. It's one of those things where I think it would be time and place sort of deal, but at the same time, I think it would be. I don't know.
Do you think that there's some people out there that are just so good with a swim bait they can catch fish consistently on it? Or do you? I mean, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like every time I see a swim bait video where people like really smash them on a swim bait, it's cold. It's that time of year where they're eating big bait. I mean, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see people in the middle of the summer throwing 8-inch swim bait and smoking them in a foot of water.
Well, you even look at Tactical Bassing, who's one of the kings of giant swim baits, right? Yeah. And they have a lot of videos where they're not throwing swim baits, and that's because I don't think that you can catch them on a giant swim bait all year long.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think. Well, I mean, you know, I say that, and that's kind of a stupid question because I can't catch fish on an A-rig all year long. There's certain times I can catch them on an A-rig. And you're right. I mean, I think there's certain times that is a tool that's in your toolbox that you need to use to catch fish.
Why is it so hard to find?
Best overall bait to catch bass. Trickworm. You can catch them on trickworm all year.
The best starter swim bait, yeah, Lady Bass. I was talking to Matt Allen when I said Tactical Bass, and Matt Allen and Tim Little. But best starter swim bait I hear a ton about is Huddleston 68. It's a 6-inch bait with the HUD 8-inch tail. So.
I got one of those out in the garage.
You like it?
Yeah. A walleye absolutely destroyed it. It's got all here. Let me get it. It's pretty crazy looking. It cut it all to pieces. Hold on just a second.
Sorry, guys. If I look distracted, it's because I'm trying to figure out Casey's link where he talks about how to make a viral video. I don't know if this is it or not. This might be it. I'm going to send you guys the link. You can watch it. I'm sure you'll find the right one.
So this one, I was fishing it on a deep spot one time in the summer, and it was like right after I first got it, and I knew it was a spot where the fish school up, and like we can catch them on a deep crank. Well, I thought, well, I'll like slow roll that Holston through there and see if we can bite it. And it smoked it. It's like something smoked it, and then I broke it off. And I thought, crap, I've lost this $20 swim bait. Well, the line's floating, so I get the line, but let me see if I can get it. You can see, like tore it completely up, and you can see where it bit it. And the only thing I can figure, see, like you can really see it right there. The only thing I can figure is it was a walleye. Because it's the only toothy creature in the lake that I was fishing. It wasn't a muskie or anything like that. But
that thing ripped it up.
Yeah, I tore it all to pieces. So that's the only thing I can figure that it was. And I never got the hook in him. He slammed it, and I swung on him, and it broke off. And I was like, what in the heck happened? But luckily, I had a bad spot like way up in my line, and I was able to hand line it in and get my swim bait back. So.
Have you used mended at all?
No, I haven't on this one. I need to. I've got some in the boat. I've just not. I literally took it out of the boat, and I've not thrown this thing anymore because I want to get just like a normal Huddleston. Because when he did that, he also did this. The whole harness and everything. Yeah, like he destroyed it. I don't know how that thing. When it hit it, it absolutely smoked it. The hook was all out, and you can see. There's some of the line that was all wrapped up around it. Dude, it was a total mess when I got it back. So I think he hit it. I think he hit it and like took it for a minute. And when I swung on him and the line broke, he was down there like head shaking it, trying to get it out. And it just like jawed everything up and he tore it all to pieces. I kind of think that's probably what happened.
That's kind of interesting part where he cuts it open and super glues the thing.
So what now?
Clark Corper and Casey Rowe, they said Matt Allen cuts open his brand new baits and super glues the harness to the plastic.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah. That'd make me nervous as crap. There's a lot of things them boys do make me nervous. They're like, I guess when you've thrown that many expensive baits, you kind of become numb to it. But man, when they start whipping around some of them big old $30 and $40 swim baits, and cutting them open and doing things to them, I'm just thinking, golly, you guys are making me nervous.
Tabitha keeps asking if we make our own baits, which I think is an interesting question. I tried making my own jigs, but I figured out by the time that I buy a jig and all the components, and the time that I have to take to make a jig, it costs me as much as making.
I tried pouring my own plastics for a little while, and it was fun. It's just so time consuming. It actually costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
For if you're not buying it on a mass production scale and making money on it, it actually costs a lot more money than it does to just go buy plastics. So I actually sold all my stuff to a guy who owns a tackle shop down here. So
Ronnie mentions do more live streams. Do you guys want to see more live streams? I'm getting 18 to 19 viewers at a time on a live stream. So for me, I don't mind doing a live stream, especially during this summer or during the winter when it's freezing. This gives me something to do. But if you guys want to see it, maybe I'll do it twice a week and we'll see how that goes. So let me know what you guys think of that.
I like a live stream. I just got to remember that you're doing them. I was sitting there and Bethany texted me. She's like, "Are you going to do a live stream tonight?" And I was like, I didn't even know Ben was doing a live stream tonight.
Yeah, it won't be in the garage anymore. It's going to be in my bedroom. Okay, we'll do another one. I might do one Sunday, Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know what the best dates are. It's going to kind of move around, you guys. So you'll have to stay attached to my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, because that's where I'm going to announce these things. Because I think this is a good way to get people involved.
I agree.
I'll see you, Best Geek. Okay.
See you, buddy.
We will do, 2 questions. Legitimately 2 questions.
2 will turn into 4, but 2 for right now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. Ask away, guys. Give me something good. I want to really get something with some meat on it.
Yeah. Oh, I know, B. Bennett.
You want to talk about politics? Somebody asked about Trump.
See,
we ain't gonna get into that right now, are we?
I know a decent amount of politics. I don't know enough to where if I say something, I don't want to have to back it up. So I know you could. You could say something for sure, and back everything up.
Yeah, I could go round and round, but I don't feel like it right now. Just know I voted for my gun rights. Oh God.
Alex loves Tennessee.
That's right. That's right. Go Vols.
But I'm a U of M fan, so my team's doing a little bit better than Alex. I'm kidding. We don't play in the SEC.
It's hard to be a Vol fan. It is so hard to be a Vol fan. Best rod brand, Bulldog. I love my Bulldogs.
I have 8 different rod brands in the boat.
Yeah, man. No kidding. I've fished with it. If it's on sale, the best rod brand's the one that's on sale.
Yeah. Someone asked a question earlier about what we would think about a perfect rod. And a perfect rod to me, there's no one brand that I found that has like the perfect rods for every single situation. And there are a lot of companies with a ton of different rod models, but we all have like really specific things that I like or that we like. So I built myself a 7.2 spinning rod for drop shotting because I wanted a little bit extra length, but I wanted an extra fast tip. But then there's not the same company that has a cranking rod that I like, or that has a jig rod that I like. And so I'm still kind of trying to play around and find a great company that I think has a great lineup that I would use all the way through the company. So I'm not saying there isn't a company like that out there. I'm just saying I haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Until I'm a pro or I'm super sponsored and where I can tell them what rods I want them to make me.
Yeah. I work with Bulldog and they've been really good to me and gave me some rods. But I still have stuff like I want a glass cranking stick. So I use a Duckett Micro Magic for one, and then my Bass Pro Shop for one, and I still use a Duckett spinning rod. And there's just certain things that I like the way they fish, and I'm gonna fish with them because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
it's like that cranking stick we're talking about earlier. You have a specific cranking rod that you like for certain reasons. It's not going to be the best for everyone. It'll be.
Yeah. I like the way the guys at Tactical Bassing talk about it's like the rod that fits you. It's like they're choosing a lightsaber or something. It's like the lightsaber's got to choose you. I'm like, yeah.
I want to go super nerdy. We can talk about Harry Potter picking out a wand.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good one. I love Harry Potter, man.
I do too. That new movie.
Oh yeah, I want to go see it. I'm jacked up about it.
I do too. I didn't get my boat fixed. Pretty sure it's a head gasket. I was going to take it in. I don't know what happens. Every time I try to take it in, I call them up and they're like, "Hey, bring it in whenever. Bring it in, not today." I tried to take it in yesterday and they're closed. They're like, "Hey, we have switched to our winter hours," which Alex doesn't have to worry about. But up here, people stop boating, so they changed to winter hours. I'm gonna try to
that doesn't exist down here. Everything stays open.
I should take it to Weeda's, Kentucky.
I wonder, man, I hope my hope for your boat is it's just like a warranty thing and it's bang bang boom when we're done. You know what I mean? I would hate for it to be something and it just be a bunch of just crap. Somebody asked what kind of boat. It is not my boat. It is my dad's boat. I am lucky enough to have a dad who loves fishing, and I get to fish out of his boat. But it's a Skeeter FX20. It's a 2016. We just got it, so.
Yeah, that boat is so sick.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's cool. It's really cool because our other boat, it's so strange when it's sitting. It sits flat in the water. It's so weird. It's almost like you're looking down on it. But the thing is, it's where it sits so flat in the water. Where our other boat kind of set back like that.
Yep.
And so you would be sitting and you could see up the deck. This one you kind of look down the deck, and the whole shot is just quick.
Do you think it's a show, or do you think it's a combination of the hull and the show?
It's the whole. See, this boat, the FX20 for 16, was built around the 250 show. Yes. They were built together to be like one thing. Whereas the ZX was, they were, you know, they're built together, but they're, you know, it's like the boat's built and then they put the 250 on it. This thing is
it was built for the show and to be like the ultimate performance boat for the show.
Absolutely.
For those of you guys that don't know, Yamaha and Skeeter, they're owned by the same parent company. Mm-hmm. So you can't buy a Yamaha without it. Or you can't buy a Skeeter without a Yamaha.
Yeah. Old Yamahas. Never heard of one breaking down into yours, which is really crazy.
I read some things where guys talk about them making oil and like the power head might go, but dude, I really didn't think I was gonna have any issues. That's why I bought it.
Somebody, Lady Bass said, "What do you think about E-Tex?" I think Dad popped 2 Evinrudes. I think 2 popped on him, which I don't know I don't think that like, you know, says anything about the motor itself. I just know that we've had 2 pop on us.
And I don't know enough about the E-Tex. I'm gonna just share what I know about some of the pros that were running E-Tex is that they're now running shows.
Yeah, who was? What's his name? Won one this year.
Randall Tharp. Randall Tharp. He broke down in the Classic, the very first tournament of the year with his E-Tex, and then switched to a show. And Justin Lucas, the same year, switched out of an E-Tex to a show, and so did Brett Height.
Yeah. Strange. Wonder what, you know what I mean?
And
wonder what.
They can't be bad motors. I mean, they're not gonna put a whole bunch of bad motors out there. But you have to understand they're running those new G2s, which were brand new for the year. And like, I think if you buy something ultra new that's ultra new to the market, you might have some issues.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think and 2-strokes are notorious for, I mean, in any motor bass boat motors are made to do one thing, and that's have an extreme amount of torque and an extreme amount of high output. I mean, it's made to just immediate power. I mean, in anything like that it's bound to something to go wrong with it eventually.
Yeah.
And I think the 4-stroke is just a little less of just the way they're built. They're a little less prone to do stuff, you know, mess up. So.
Yeah. I was thinking about something. I watched the Mississippi River event where Ott won. Dude, he was fishing right below the dam with the Ultrax. He didn't move. It was
it's crazy, ain't it?
Oh,
that was cool, dude. And then when they went to the next one with the big smallies. Relax, dude. And he was Brent Ayler was on the back of his boat in like 25 mile per hour wind fishing, and his Ultrax was going. I was like, dude, that is freaking sweet.
Dude, I can't wait to see the Bassmaster video of that because I want to see how those Ultrax, like, I want to see them in a tournament like that again because literally Apopo was fishing right next to a spillway. I mean, maybe 30 foot from a spillway, and he's going to the back and calling fish, and they're talking to him, and he comes back up to the front, and the boat has not moved an inch.
Yeah, dude, it is so cool. You know, and the thing is, I saw that this year at ICAST, and, like, I was flipping out about it, and, like, nobody, like, understood. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm like, dude, this is a game changer. This is huge. And, like, everybody's like, it's just a trolling motor. I was like, no, it's not just a trolling motor. I was like, this is the end-all, be-all trolling motor. And Larry's like, okay, whatever. And then, like, you know, now that people actually get to see it work and, like, understand what it does, it's cool.
Dude, I know. Because I was super pumped, too. And all the walleye guys that were with me, because Frank Scredo knows the big walleye outfitter. Like, it's just another trolling motor. They already have trolling motors with a lock on them. I'm like, no, you don't understand. That pedal it moves like a normal trolling motor. Like, whatever, grumbling. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. I think it'd be cool. And they're not, I thought they were going to be ridiculously expensive, but they're about normal. You know, the same as one of the spot lock ones. What's the other one called that doesn't have the pedal? Is it
Tarova.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's got like the electric pedal.
Yeah.
I was fishing, you know, anywhere from up on the shore it was like 3 foot down to about 8 or 9 foot with John on the river. The river's not super deep.
I'd love to come up there and do that, dude. I don't care if they're not big ones. I'd love to just go beat her. I mean, like that many bass in one day. That place is really special. You got a really cool place up there. I got to come do that. That's really cool. That's kind of what I want to save. I don't really want to go to the Classic as much as I want to come fish with you. So I'm kind of saving my air miles and my money and trying to kind of, weigh my options here. So.
Well, you're more than welcome to come up and fish whenever, man.
Yeah. The Ultrex is in Minn Kota.
Yeah. I actually sold my talons last week.
Yeah.
So
I
have some other big purchases that I have to make first, and then
sure.
and then I might buy an Ultrex. I don't know.
You're gonna get married? Is that your other big purchase?
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, I saw it.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, somebody said Michigan fishing can be sweet for 9 months out of the year.
You get 9 months. You get 9 months.
Y'all got it rough, man. That weather is that's too much for me.
We have it rough for 3 or 4 months, and then we can catch big ones. I don't hunt. I've never shot a deer. Never shot anything.
I love hunting. It's just after you kill it. Dude, it is so much work to kill a deer. I mean, the hunting and the getting ready, and it's fun, and and it's exciting. But man, after you kill that deer, it's time to roll up your sleeves, and it is just work.
Yeah, for sure. Have you ever gone deep sea fishing?
Once. And it's been a while back, but we caught a snapper, and I hooked up with an amberjack that got eaten by a shark. That was the most powerful thing I've ever felt in my life. That was crazy. It was cool though, because we're standing there, and so the guy gives me the rod. It's this big, like broomstick. He goes, "Okay, it's on there." I'm like, "How do you know?" He's like, "I just know." He's like, "Okay, start reeling." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Faster, faster, faster, faster." And he's like, "Reel, reel, reel." And about that time, dude, it hit it. And when it did, it just over the side of the boat. And I was just like, he's like, sit back into it. And I'm like and I'm not even moving it. And I'm like, got all my weight on it. And I'm fat at this time, mind you. So I'm big. And I'm leaning back into this thing and it's not moving. And all of a sudden it just lets loose. And he's like, "Oh, a shark got it." And I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Dude. Ocean fishing's just different.
Have you ever been salmon fishing?
Mm-mm. Nope. I've never done really anything like that. We don't really got a lot of stuff like that around here. We've got the muskie and the striper, which we don't go for them. A lot of times it's just bycatch. We'll get lucky and catch one. And then we've got some a few trout. If you want to go do that, but a trout stamp's $25. I have to have a special stamp on my license to go fish for trout, which I don't want to pay for that. So I bass it.
Yeah.
Or it's
Yeah. Because everything's so expensive. When you start trout fishing or steelhead fishing, expensive. Never fished in Iowa.
I've never been west of Arkansas. I've never been north of Indiana, west of Arkansas, I have to say I've been to Haiti, so I've been way south of Florida. But I've never. I need to expand my horizons a little bit.
Alex is from Tennessee. He's pretty close to Kentucky.
Yeah, I am, man. And hop right on up to Kentucky. West Virginia, I could hop on right up to West Virginia pretty quick too.
Washington. Is that okay? Here's my preconceived notion about Washington. It's calico bass and more saltwater offshore type of fishing. Is that a big misconception?
My conception of Washington is Bigfoot. For sure. I don't know. I guess maybe, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know people bass fishing in Washington.
I'd love to come to California and cool. I keep mentioning California to Alex. And, dude, I was looking at tickets to California because I'm like, what would it cost me to get to California and do some fishing with like Matt Allen and do some fishing with those guys? Dude, tickets to California for any of the like moderately sized airports are so expensive.
Oh yeah, man. We're talking like $1,000. Like $1,000 just to get there, and I mean it's ridiculous.
Like the cheapest ticket I could find was like $780 for a round trip. I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, it's going to cost me $1,500 to go to California, and then if I were to do a guided trip in California, it'd be like a $1,500 trip.
Yep. See, I want to go out there and fish with Travis, because Travis sometimes has some open spaces. You can come out there and fish with him. I was like, oh yeah, so you go online, start looking at tickets, and I'm just like saying, where's the saw at? Here's my arm. I mean, it's just crazy.
I know.
Maybe like if I've thought about it, probably could be cheaper if you flew like kind of out of the way to get there. Like so, if I went like Knoxville to Atlanta and like Atlanta to Texas and then Texas to California, you know what I mean? Probably.
Or if you, I don't know how far this is. So everyone here is probably going to be like, oh, you're an idiot. But like if you flew to like Vegas, where you can get a ticket for here round trip, $120, and then you fly from Vegas to California or you drive. So.
Yeah. Somebody said something I was going to say. Oh, the LTB Live. Yeah, there's going to be some of us on there that it's not the normal bunch. We're going to start kind of a few different guys are going to start getting on there and stuff. And I'm actually doing monthly videos for LTB. So you'll see my videos, like the bait videos that Travis does. They're a lot of work. So he's kind of starting to divvy out the work to everybody. And I volunteered to do those. So you'll get to see those.
Yeah. Gosh, I would love to steelhead fishing with you guys soon. So just hit me out, man. That'd be awesome. Josh shot a huge buck over in Kansas. So I'm pretty jealous of that.
Big old Kansas whitetail.
Yeah. How big is that? 8? 10? I don't know if Josh is still watching, but we'll see.
Somebody asked if I fish Watts Bar much. I've not been to Watts Bar in a very, very long time. I need to. The place is like the fisheries guy said. So the fisheries guy, the same guy that told me about the walleye, said that the 3 most healthy lakes around me are Cherokee, Watts Bar, and Chickamauga. So I need to go down to Watts Bar much more. I need to go down there much more.
How far is Watts Bar from you?
Like 30 minutes. Not far.
Dang, those are good deer. LTB Live is on the 20th of every month, which there's one starting in 13 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say that's today. Yep. Make sure you got your golden ticket because you can win stuff.
Golden ticket comes in your LTB box, and it'll have a code on it. You can win free product, free boxes, free stuff. We are not on it, obviously, because...
Yep, we're sitting here doing this.
Never fish table rot. Okay, give us... I want a real good question to end the night. Ask us something that's going to make us think. That's not necessarily, doesn't have to be about fishing, just anything that you guys want to hear us talk about that you think is going to be a great question.
I'm telling you, I'm just going to start doing videos about everything. I'm just going to like video everything that I do and then smash it together in a cool edit.
Yeah, I know. I really have started. I considered making a second channel where my other channel is me vlogging and the other channel is me fishing. Or this channel is about me fishing. But I might just combine it. I don't know. I'm going to get a lot of hate if I do some vlogs. But I have nothing else to do this winter.
Yeah, you're up for the vlogging thing this winter.
I know. Okay, so off-roading videos. This is not like we're not going to stay too long on this question, but I started watching moto vlogs this week because of Alex.
They're awesome.
Walter Riffick is hilarious. All he does is drive around. You hardly ever see his face. And he's just like this stand-up comedian that's sitting on a motorcycle.
He's great.
Funny stuff, dude.
That's funny. I'm gonna start vlogging like hikes. Like when I go, I love to hike. So when my foot gets better and I can hike, I'm gonna start vlogging that because I think people would enjoy that.
Yeah, I think as long as it's outdoor related, yeah. Yeah, B Bennett. Sometimes it is. I'll see you live with the lunkers. Sometimes it is a pain to go out and like vlog and fish at the same time. But I don't know. I enjoy the filming aspect of it too. There are times where I want to get a DSLR just so I can do some cool, like, rack focus stuff, and like some of the cool vlogging stuff.
Yeah, and I tell you, dude, it makes me nervous. Like it's a lot easier to have my DSLR on the bank than it is in the boat. I mean, it makes me really nervous to set the DSLR up in the back of the boat because it's just it's nerve-wracking.
Dude, my G7, that thing is like perfect. It's like small. I can put it next to my seat, and like when I want to do video with the normal camera, I can do it with that. But like for a big DSLR, it would be nice to do some of the rack focus stuff.
Yeah, I keep it.
We both.
What? Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go
Someone
ahead.
asked if we're Chevy or Ford. We both drive Toyotas.
Yep, I'm a Tundra guy. I love my Tundra.
Yep. Sorry. DSLRs are expensive too. So expensive.
Yeah, I can't afford to break that camera. That one makes me nervous. How has fishing changed our life? I think somebody asked that.
That's a deep one. You go first.
Fishing, just in the past year has changed my life. I mean, because I went from, a dude who just kind of liked to fish and just kind of do my thing to a guy who's got sponsors and I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. I mean, I know so much more about the fishing industry and the video making industry and the YouTube industry, and I mean, it's changed. I tell you what, it changed the way that I thought about making a living. You know what I'm saying? Like it changed. What?
When you say that, what do you mean?
Like it totally changed the way I thought that I could. Like it's like totally changed the way I look at like having a job and like having a normal, like what is normal. You know what I mean? Like forever, like, it's like, most people you go to school, you get your job, you know what I mean? You like do your thing. You just do normal. Like, what is normal? You know what I mean? But like, it's like you see these guys who are successful at the fishing industry, and I've had just a little bit of a taste of the success that you can have. And it's like you like go, man, like I can make a living fishing, and I can make a living fishing and not have to ever fish a tournament ever. And like, you know what I mean? Like I don't need 92 sponsors. I just need a camera, and I need, fish, and I just need to do life with my camera, and like people want to see that. It's like who the heck ever knew that people would want to watch someone else live life?
I have this question all the time. Like with my friends and family, I'm like, what makes people want to sit down and watch me live my life? Because I am legitimately one of the most normal people that you like would imagine. I work a 9 to 5. I get out of work, and then I come home and either sit down and edit a video or sit down and watch TV and just hang out, right? And that's what a lot of these YouTubers and bloggers are doing. They really are living normal lives, with the exception of the fact that they work for YouTube. But, oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just kind of nuts. Like I never thought, like, my goal right now is to finish school. Like I want to be a teacher. I love education. I mean, it's awesome. Like I want to go do that. But like if I can make a living fishing on YouTube, I'm going to do that. I mean, It's just blows it's just kind of nuts. You know what I mean? It's just kind of crazy that you like one of these days, when someone asks me, hey man, I've not seen you in 10 years. What are you doing for a living? Oh, I fish. It's like, I fish and make videos. It's like, dude, that's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of crazy. It kind of changes the whole way you look at like how, like what normal is. I mean, there's people out there that you know, I mean, I may be one of those people. Like people say, you know, they make money off blogging, just like, you know, writing a blog on a computer, and like people make a living doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of this crazy.
Well, you look at APBassing, right? This is just a little bit of the insight that him and I had talked about when he was up here.
Yeah.
Seeing the way that he's kind of, you know, made a business out of this, and I, honest to God, until I met AP, until I met you, until I had John up here, I was like, I'm just gonna fish and film, and if I get to a couple thousand subscribers, I'll be good, and it's whatever, right? I'll make my pennies a month and whatever it is. I mean, but you see these guys come up here, and the way they approach YouTube and fishing and filming, and the way that this is now their life and their job, it's like kind of ignited the spark in me, this fire in me, that it is really an opportunity to make this into a career.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm way, don't mistake me, I'm way behind where those dudes are. But even the opportunity that I could possibly do this for a long period of time is kind of cool. I mean, it's definitely not something you never expect.
Yeah, and it's not like it, and it's one of those things. And to me too, it's like one of those things. It's like I think we're on the edge of it. I don't think we've like totally. I don't think it's totally been tapped yet. Like the whole fishing YouTube industry thing, and like I think it's just going to keep getting bigger. And I think that if we stick with it, that it's going to pay off.
I think so too. I think, dude, like AP mentioned, coming down to fish with you, I think that's where you really get your start, is when you start collaborating with those big dogs. And then, dude, it's going to grow. And I think it's going to grow fast. You're seeing more people start fishing. You're seeing younger generation get into the sport.
There's people that comment on John B's videos. I've never fished a day in my life, but I love your videos, and I'm thinking about starting fishing. And it's like, like that's what it's all about right there. You know what I mean? Like this, let's get people, I hate to say this, but like get away from video games and pick up a fishing rod. There's nothing wrong with video games. If you like to play them, play them. Cool. But like, it's awesome to see people getting back out into the world, because there's a whole segment of the population that knows absolutely nothing about fishing, hunting, being outside. Like there's people who are like, I live in East Tennessee. I'm literally within a 15-minute drive of some of the best hiking trails and views in the world, and nobody uses them. Nobody even knows they exist. So that's why I think like hiking and vlogging would be something like, man, that's like right at my back door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I love the outdoors, I guess, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of, I can make a living doing anything outside and being outside and doing anything that I love. I'm going to enjoy it. And, I love teaching. I will enjoy that. But it's, God didn't make me for a 9-to-5. I tell everybody that. I can promise you that. I was not made for a 9-to-5.
I know. I hear you, man.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Everything works out, and everything has a purpose, and we'll definitely see what happens with both of our lives. I think we're both going to be surprised what it looks like 10 years from now.
I think, guys, always, if you watch my videos, if there's something you guys want to see in future videos, and I'm sure the same goes for Alex, if there's something I do or don't do, or something you guys want to see me talk about, let me know in the comment section. And you saw it a little bit tonight. I mentioned it. I talked about it with AP when he was on here. I've already gotten some flack when I do like little vlogs, and they don't get like a great following yet because my following is small. But I think I'm going to start kind of moving in that direction, especially with winter. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start running 2 live streams a week. I'll run one obviously I'm thinking every Sunday I'll do a live stream, and then I'll do one during the week. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's @brnowak_fishing. Links in the description below. But that's where I'll announce this stuff, because this is my way to interact with you guys and to get direct feedback, like as I'm talking to you. So you'll see a change in my content. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop fishing. I literally won't be able to, I won't be able to bass fish for 5 months unless I go somewhere. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of do things. When I did my giveaway, I had everybody comment their favorite type of video. And like everybody, and like a huge portion of them was my tackle preps. And so I did a lot of tackle preps. Well, now like people don't like them anymore. I guess it was something kind of cool, new, and they got to watch it, and now it's kind of boring. So I've not done one in a couple of weeks, and nobody's really said anything like, "Hey, where's the tackle prep?" You know, and it's not something I don't think I'm going to totally quit doing, but like, you know, it may be something I move away from. I'm kind of experimenting with all types of video. You know what I mean? The vlogging is just really hard because, like, you know, it's easier when I'm not, like, if I didn't have to go to school or like I didn't have to go work. It's just really hard when I'm doing those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
Well, it's not natural too. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be able to show you guys in the vlog. I literally get out of work at 5 p.m. Start at 5:20. You're going to want to watch me walk around the grocery store or look for groceries or look for, I mean, we'll see. I think it's just going to depend on where things are going. Whatever happens, happens. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, cool. We're going to end this live stream. One last question. What do I do for work? I'm in supply chain. I schedule production, manage inventory levels. It's a 9 to 5.
I work as a substitute teacher, and then I mow yards in the summer. So.
And he goes to school.
And I go to school. God, I love the school. Freaking school, man. I'm ready to be done. I despise it.
Yeah.
So close.
You only have what, a couple months? 4 months?
Yep, 2 more years. I got a semester.
Oh, yeah.
Semester in 2 years. So I'm done with community college after next semester. So I'm glad. Gotta love the chitlins.
Well, Hunter Cyrus, let me follow you real quick, man. Because you put it out there about a couple times, so.
Go follow me.
So persistent,
Go follow me.
I will.
What? Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
I said, since he's been persistent, on the follow.
Go follow me, Alex Rip Fishing, on Instagram, and I'll follow you guys back. I'll try to, at least.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go get some Miyagi swimmers out and put them on these swim jigs and just look at them because they're so sexy. So I'm going to get off here. So,
Sounds good. I'm getting off them too.
All right, buddy. I had fun, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. Okay. See you guys. So, thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on Instagram. All my social media is linked in the description below. Take care. Headlines. Thanks, Alex. God bless.